The secret game begins. Ryan is an ordinary guy living in a small city. He works at a boring office job. Every morning he wakes up to the sound of his alarm. He goes to work, drinks his coffee, and sits at his desk staring at his computer. His life feels the same every day. There's nothing exciting or new in his world. One evening Ryan comes home. He takes off his shoes and sits in front of his computer. He likes to play simple online games to relax. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses, but nothing really changes in his life. That night as he starts a new game, something strange happens. A new message pops up on his screen. It says, "Would you like to play a real game?" Ryan is surprised. He has never seen a message like this before. He thinks it is maybe a joke or a virus. He laughs and closes the window. But as he moves his mouse, the message comes back again. The words are glowing, and they move a little on the screen. Ryan shakes his head and turns off his computer. He thinks, maybe I am just tired. He goes to the kitchen and makes tea. He looks out the window and sees the empty street. Everything is quiet. He drinks his tea and tries to forget about the message. Next morning, Ryan wakes up and goes to work. He walks the same path as always, but today he feels like something is different. On the bus, an old woman sits next to him. She smiles and says, "Good luck today, player." Ryan looks at her and laughs. He thinks, maybe she is just being friendly. He forgets about it. At work, his computer screen suddenly shows the same message from last night. "Would you like to play a real game?" Ryan looks around. No one else seems to notice anything strange. He clicks no, but the message stays on the screen. Ryan tries to do his work, but little things keep happening. His phone buzzes and shows a puzzle instead of a message from his friend. He solves the puzzle and his phone unlocks. He feels a little nervous. At lunch, Ryan sits with his friend Adam. Adam asks, "Are you okay? You look worried." Ryan tells him about the strange messages. Adam laughs and says, "Maybe you need more sleep. Maybe your computer has a virus." Ryan tries to laugh too, but inside he feels something is not right. When Ryan leaves work, he walks past a park. He hears a strange sound from the bushes. It is like a soft whisper calling his name. He feels goosebumps, but he keeps walking. He does not want to believe something strange is happening. That night Ryan tries to sleep, but he cannot. He keeps thinking about the message. "Would you like to play a real game?" He dreams about numbers and puzzles and strange voices. When he wakes up, his computer is on, and the same message is there. But this time there is a new line. "Congratulations, player. You have completed level 1. Ryan is confused. He does not remember playing any level. He does not understand what is happening. He stands up and looks in the mirror. In the corner of the mirror, he sees words written in steam. "Good job, Ryan. Keep playing." He feels afraid now. He did not write anything on the mirror. He calls Adam, but Adam does not pick up the phone. Ryan sits down on his bed. His heart is beating fast. He remembers the old woman on the bus. She called him player. He remembers the puzzle on his phone. He remembers the whisper in the park. It all feels connected. Suddenly his lights flicker. The room goes cold. The computer screen changes. A new message appears. "Welcome to the real game." Ryan wants to run, but he cannot move. The screen shows his own face like a camera is watching him. The message says, "You cannot quit now. Play to win." Ryan feels trapped, but he is also curious. What is this game? Who is playing with him? What will happen next? The night grows darker. The screen goes black. Ryan sits in silence, wondering what he has started. Ryan wakes up early in the morning. His heart is still beating fast. He tries to remember if last night was just a bad dream or something real. He touches the cold screen of his computer, hoping the strange messages are gone. The screen is blank. Everything looks normal for a moment. He walks to the kitchen and finds a small white envelope sitting on the table. Ryan is sure he did not put it there. He picks it up. His hands are shaking. The envelope is blank, but inside there is a card with only one sentence written. "Find the red umbrella today." Ryan stares at it and laughs to himself. Maybe someone is playing a joke on him. He puts the card in his pocket and gets ready for work. Outside, the sky is gray, and it looks like it will rain soon. The streets are wet. Ryan walks to the bus stop, still thinking about the strange card. He looks around at the people waiting for the bus and tries to see if anyone is watching him, but everyone seems busy with their own lives. The bus arrives, and Ryan gets on. He sits near the window looking at the city as it passes by. On the seat in front of him, there's a girl holding a red umbrella. She is reading a book and does not notice Ryan staring. He remembers the card in his pocket. Find the red umbrella today. He thinks it is too easy, so he tries to ignore Ive. Gets off the bus at his usual stop, but he feels like something is following him. He looks over his shoulder, but there is nothing there, just the busy morning crowd and the sound of traffic. He starts to walk faster. When Ryan reaches his office building, he finds another card taped to the front door. This one says, "Follow the music and you will find your next clue." He looks around, but no one seems to notice the card, except him. He takes it down and puts it in his pocket. He walks inside feeling a little nervous, but also excited at his desk. Ryan tries to focus on his work, but he keeps thinking about the cards and the girl with the red umbrella. Suddenly, he hears music coming from the hallway. It is a soft melody that he has never heard before. He gets up and follows the sound. The music leads him to the break room where the girl from the bus is making coffee. Her red umbrella is leaning against the table. Ryan wants to talk to her, but he feels shy. He stands there for a moment before finally saying, "Hi, I like your umbrella." She looks up and smiles. "Thank you," she says. "It is my favorite." Ryan asks if she takes the same bus every day. She nods and offers him a cup of coffee. They sit together at the table. The girl says her name is Emily. They talk about small things like the weather and the city, but Ryan feels like she knows more than she says. She asks Ryan if he likes puzzles. He says sometimes. She laughs and says sometimes is enough. Emily stands up to leave. She picks up her umbrella and gives Ryan a small folded piece of paper. Inside the paper is a puzzle made of strange symbols. Ryan does not understand them, but he thanks her anyway. She smiles and walks out of the room. Ryan sits at the table, turning the paper over and over in his hands. He tries to solve the puzzle, but it makes no sense to him. He feels frustrated. He decides to ask Adam for help. Ryan finds Adam in the hallway and shows him the puzzle. Adam looks at it and says it looks like a code. Maybe you should try to find a pattern. Ryan spends the rest of the day looking for clues in the puzzle. He writes the symbols on a notepad and tries different combinations. Finally, after many tries, he sees the pattern. The answer spells out the word window. Ryan walks to the window in his office. He looks out and sees a sticker on the glass. It is the same symbol from the puzzle. He peels it off and finds another card behind it. This one says, "Only those who notice the small things win the biggest prizes." Ryan puts the card in his pocket and looks around the office. Everything seems normal, but he knows now that there is more to his world than he ever thought. At lunch, Ryan and Adam sit together. Adam asks if he found anything interesting. Ryan decides to keep his secret for now. He tells Adam he is just playing a new game online, but inside he feels like this is more than just a game. After work, Ryan walks home. He takes a new path through the city park. He notices things he never saw before, like a bird singing on a branch, a coin on the ground, a boy flying a paper plane. All the small things seem important now. At the park bench, Ryan finds another envelope. This one is blue. Inside there is only one sentence. "The next level starts tonight. Are you ready?" Ryan feels a mix of fear and excitement. He looks up at the sky and wonders who's watching him. He wants to win the game, but he does not know the rules. He wonders if Emily is a real player or just another clue. As the sun sets, Ryan walks home. He feels the weight of the cards in his pocket. The city lights turn on one by one. He knows that tonight something will change. He is ready to play. The sun is low in the sky when Ryan reaches his apartment building. His hands feel cold, but his mind is full of questions. He opens the door and walks inside. The room feels different tonight. The silence is heavy, almost alive. He turns on the light and finds another envelope on the floor. This one is gold. He picks it up and opens it. Inside is a small silver key and a new card. The card says, "Use the key at midnight to open the door to your answers." Ryan waits as the hours slowly pass. He tries to distract himself with TV, but every show seems empty. Every minute feels longer than the last. He looks at the key in his hand again and again, wondering what door he is supposed to open. He checks all the doors in his apartment, but none have a keyhole that fits. The clock moves slowly toward midnight. When the clock finally strikes 12, the lights in his apartment flicker and then go out. Everything is silent. Ryan feels his way through the darkness. He uses his phone as a flashlight, but the screen only shows static. He walks to the hallway and sees a faint blue light shining under the closet door. He never noticed this light before. He kneels down and finds a small hidden keyhole near the floor. The key fits perfectly. He turns the key and the door opens with a quiet click inside the closet. There is a narrow staircase spiraling downwards. He hesitates, but his curiosity is stronger than his fear. He steps inside and closes the door behind him. He follows the blue light as it gets brighter with every step. At the bottom of the stairs, Ryan enters a round room with smooth white walls. There is no furniture, just a large screen on one wall. The screen comes to life as soon as he enters, showing strange moving shapes that look like stars and galaxies. Suddenly the shapes form into a face. The face is not human, but not frightening. It is made of light and energy. Welcome, Ryan, says the voice from the screen. It is gentle but powerful. You have passed the first levels of the game. Now you must learn the truth. Ryan asks, who are you? What is this game? Why me? The face smiles slightly. You have been chosen because you notice the small things and because you do not give up easily. The game is real, but it is not just for youth. Screen changes, showing scenes of other people all over the world. Some are laughing, some are crying, some are solving puzzles like Ryan, others are failing, and the screens around them go dark. Ryan sees one person give up and the lights fade away. This is an intergalactic challenge, says the voice. Aliens from many worlds watch and learn from your choices. Humans have never played before. Until now, Ryan feels dizzy. He sits down on the cold floor. He asks, what happens if I win? What happens if I lose? The face on the screen says, the winner receives a great prize, something beyond imagination. But there is also a risk. If you fail, there could be consequences for your world. Ryan thinks of his friends, his city, his whole planet. He asks, why a game? Why not just ask for help? The face says the game tests more than knowledge. It tests kindness, courage, and the ability to see what others miss. The best players from every world are chosen to compete. You are Earth's first player. Ryan feels the weight of this truth. He thinks of Emily and wonders if she is also part of this game. He asks about her. The screen shows Emily talking to another face made of blue light. She is a guide, not a player. She helps you, but she cannot win for you. Suddenly the room grows colder. The lights flicker again. The face on the screen grows serious. There are others watching. Some want you to lose. They may try to stop you. Ryan remembers the old woman on the bus, the strange puzzles, the cards. He asks, what do I do? Now the face says the next level is the hardest, yet you will face new challenges. Some will test your mind. Others will test your heart. Trust your instincts and remember, not everything is what it seems. The screen blinks and a new card appears on the floor. Ryan picks it up. It says, find the truth behind the mask before sunrise or lose your chance forever. Walls start to spin and the face fades away. The room grows brighter and brighter until Ryan covers his eyes. When he opens them, he is back in his apartment. The gold envelope is gone, but the card and the silver key are still in his hand. He checks the time. It is already 2 a.m. Ryan wants to believe it was just a dream, but he knows better now. He looks out the window and sees a strange shadow move in the street below. He grabs his jacket and the card and heads outside. He follows the shadow through the empty streets of the city. As he walks, Ryan notices masks in shop windows, masks on statues, masks on posters. He remembers the card, find the truth behind the mask. He searches everywhere, finally reaching a small theater at the edge of the city. The door is open, just a crack. Ryan slips inside and finds the theater dark, except for a single spotlight on the stage. A person wearing a silver mask stands in the light. The person lifts the mask, and Ryan sees his own face staring back at him. Do "You know who you are now?" asks the voice from the stage. Ryan stands silent, realizing the game is not only about winning but also about understanding himself. He is ready for the next challenge. The early morning air feels heavy as Ryan steps out of the theater. The city looks empty with only the sound of his footsteps echoing across the silent street. The silver mask from last night is still in his hand. He keeps turning it over and over, not sure what to do next. The card in his pocket feels warm, like it is alive. He remembers the warning from the alien face. "Some want you to lose. They may try to stop you." Ryan walks back to his apartment, but every street feels different. Now he looks for signs or clues in the shadows of the buildings. He thinks he sees someone watching from a window, but when he looks again, no one is there. The world seems full of secrets waiting to be found. At home, Ryan finds a new card on his bed. It is black this time, and the words are written in silver. "Survive the next 3 challenges to unlock the final level. Trust no one, not even yourself." The card disappears as soon as he reads it, and the mask becomes cold in his hand. He sits on the edge of his bed and wonders what will happen next. Suddenly the room starts to spin, and he is pulled into darkness. He lands in a strange place where the ground glows with blue light. All around him there are doors floating in the air. Some are open, and some are locked. He hears a voice from above. "Welcome, player. You have entered the deadly levels. Choose your door wisely." Ryan looks at the doors and sees symbols on each one. Shows a heart, another a brain, and the third a hand. He thinks about what the symbols could mean. He remembers the alien voice telling him to trust his instincts. He walks toward the door with the heart symbol and opens it. Inside he finds himself in a small room with pictures of his family and friends on the walls. There are voices whispering all around him. They tell him secrets and lies. He tries to listen, but the voices grow louder and louder. Suddenly, the walls start to close in on him. He feels like he cannot breathe. He remembers the words on the card. "Trust no one, not even yourself." He closes his eyes and thinks of the people he loves most. He speaks their names out loud, and the voices stop. The walls open, and he escapes. The next door appears before him. It has the brain symbol on it. He opens it and steps into a library filled with thousands of books. The shelves move and twist like a maze. A clock on the wall ticks loudly, counting down. Ryan knows he has to solve a puzzle. Before time runs out, he finds a book with a puzzle on the cover. He flips through the pages and sees numbers and shapes that do not make sense. He tries to remember the codes from the earlier puzzles and the clues from Emily. Suddenly he realizes the answer is not in the numbers, but in the spaces between the lines. He writes the missing word on a piece of paper, and the clock stops ticking. The maze opens, and he walks out. Now the final door appears. The symbol of a hand glows bright. Ryan touches the door and feels a shock run through his body. He is in a room full of mirrors. Each mirror shows a different version of himself. Some are older, some are younger, some look scared, and some look brave. In the center of the room, there's a small box. Ryan knows he must choose which version of himself will open the box. He looks at each mirror and thinks about all the choices he has made in his life. He remembers the mask from last night and the question, "Do you know who you are?" Now Ryan chooses the mirror where he looks honest and hopeful. He reaches through the glass and opens the box. Inside there's a glowing stone. It feels warm and peaceful in his hand. The room dissolves and Ryan is back in his apartment. The black card and the mask are gone, but the stone is still with him. He hears a knock on the door. He opens it and finds Emily standing there. She looks worried and tells him someone is trying to sabotage the game. She says there are other players, and not all of them want Ryan to win. Emily gives Ryan a new card. This one is green. It says, "Protect what matters most. Only the true heart can win the final level." Ryan asks Emily what the final level is. She does not answer, but tells him to be careful. She disappears down the hallway and Ryan is left alone. That night Ryan dreams of strange places and distant stars. He sees other players from other worlds struggling with their own challenges. Some win and some fail, but all are being watched by the same alien faces. Ryan wakes up with a feeling of determination. He knows he has to be brave and careful. He carries the glowing stone with him as he walks through the city. He looks for more clues in the faces of the people he meets. He feels like he is being watched. But he is not afraid now. He knows that every choice matters and every moment counts. Ryan stands at the edge of a new challenge, ready to face whatever comes next. He knows the hardest part of the game is still ahead, but he is not alone. A pale sunrise glows over the city as Ryan walks the empty streets with the glowing stone in his pocket. The city seems quiet, but Ryan can feel tension in the air. Every face on the street looks like it could be a friend or an enemy. Ryan remembers Emily's warning that someone is trying to sabotage the game. He checks every shadow and listens for every whisper. He is more alert than ever before. At a small coffee shop on the corner, Ryan finds another green card taped to the window. The card reads, "When the music plays, follow your heart to the place where the stars meet the earth." Ryan steps inside and hears a strange melody coming from the back room. He follows the music and finds a door with a star painted on it. The door opens on its own, and he steps inside. Ryan is in a round room filled with light. The walls are covered in symbols and shapes that glow gently. In the center of the room stands a tall figure dressed in silver robes. Her eyes are bright and her hair flows like a river of stars. She smiles at Ryan and introduces herself in a calm, gentle voice. "My name is Lyra. I am the prize, but also your guide." Ryan tries to ask what she means, but Lyra raises her hand and points to a series of floating images around the room. Each image shows a challenge that Ryan has completed and others that are still to come. Lyra explains that she is the promised reward for the winner of the game, but she is also much more than a prize. She has her own life, her own choices, and her own secrets. Lyra asks Ryan why he keeps playing the game. Ryan thinks for a moment and then answers that he wants to protect his world and discover the truth. Lyra nods and tells him that his answer is better than most players from other worlds. Many players only care about the reward or their own glory, but Ryan's heart is different. Suddenly, the images in the room flicker and change. A dark figure appears in the shadows. The voice is cold and sharp. "I will not let you win." The room trembles and Lyra stands protectively in front of Ryan. She warns him that some players will do anything to win, including sabotage and betrayal. The room shakes and the symbols on the walls begin to spin. Ryan clutches the glowing stone in his hand and feels it grow warmer. Lyra tells him to trust his instincts and remember the meaning of compassion. The shadowy figure vanishes, but Ryan knows it will return. Lyra leads Ryan through a shining doorway to a garden filled with silver trees and bright blue flowers. The air smells sweet, and the sky is full of stars. Even though it is daytime, Lyra sits on a bench and tells Ryan about her world and her people. She explains that her race created the intergalactic game to find beings with true hearts and strong minds. Her people value kindness more than power, and they have watched humans for centuries. Ryan asks why he was chosen. Lyra tells him that the Watchers saw his actions and his choices in the early challenges. They saw his loyalty to friends, his courage in the face of fear, and his ability to forgive. She says Ryan is different because he never gave up hope, even when he felt lost. Suddenly, a group of masked figures appear at the edge of the garden. Their faces are hidden, but Ryan can feel their anger and jealousy. They demand that Lyra leave Ryan and return to her world. They threaten to end the game if she stays with him. Lyra stands up and faces them. Her voice is calm but strong. "I will not leave him." She turns to Ryan and whispers that he must make a choice. If he wants to win, he must show true courage and protect what matters. Most of the masked figures begin to move closer. Ryan steps forward and holds up the glowing stone. The stone shines with a bright white light. The masked figures freeze and slowly back away. Lyra tells Ryan that the stone is the key to the final challenge. It will only work if his heart is pure. The garden fades away, and Ryan finds himself back in the city. Lyra is beside him, and she looks tired but happy. She tells Ryan that the final challenge is near. He will have to choose between his own happiness and the safety of his world. Lyra warns him that she cannot help him this time. He must trust himself. Ryan thanks Lyra for her guidance. She smiles and touches his hand. Her touch is warm and comforting. She says that she will always be near, even if he cannot see her. Ryan promises to do his best as the sun rises higher in the sky. Ryan walks toward the center of the city. He feels a new strength inside him. He knows that he is not alone and that the choices he makes will decide the fate of his world. Ryan looks at the people around him and wonders how many of them are playing their own games. How many of them are facing their own challenges and making choices that matter. He takes a deep breath and walks forward, ready for the final test. Ryan stands in the middle of the city where the streets are silent and the air feels cold. He looks around and notices people moving as if in a dream. Their faces are blank and their eyes seem to look through him. He can feel the weight of the glowing stone in his pocket and remembers Lyra's words about the final test. Ryan's heart beats fast as he walks toward the center square where a tall black tower now stands. It was not there before, but now it rises above all the buildings, casting a long shadow over the city. The tower's door opens as Ryan approaches. A low hum fills the air, and he steps inside. The walls are made of a smooth, dark material that reflects strange shapes as he walks. The air is thick with tension, and every step echoes in the silence. At the end of a long hallway, he finds a circular chamber filled with swirling blue light. In the center of the chamber stands a large table covered in cards. Each card has a picture of someone. Ryan knows Adam, his parents, Emily, even strangers from the city. A voice speaks from above, and Ryan recognizes it as the cold voice of the shadowy figure. You have reached the final game. To win, you must make a choice. The prize is within reach, but every choice has a cost. The voice fades away and Lyra appears at Ryan's side. She looks pale and worried. She tells Ryan that the cards represent the lives and futures of everyone he has met. Each choice he makes will change their fate and his own. Ryan tries to pick up a card, but his hand passes right through it. He hears the cold voice again. Only a true heart can touch the cards. The glowing stone in your pocket will guide you. Ryan pulls out the stone and holds it in his palm. It glows brighter than ever before, and a warm light spreads through the room. The cards begin to rise and circle around him. Voice challenges Ryan to choose only one card. He knows that if he picks the wrong one, he could lose everything. If he picks the right one, he will win, but at a cost. The cards spin faster and faster, the faces blur, and Ryan struggles to see clearly. He closes his eyes and remembers all the moments that brought him here. Every small act of kindness, every challenge he faced, every time he chose hope over fear. He reaches out with the glowing stone and feels it pull him toward one card. It is the face of a young girl he saw in the park. A girl who gave him a smile when he felt lost. Ryan knows in his heart that saving her means saving hope itself. He picks the card and the light explodes in the room. Suddenly the chamber disappears, and Ryan finds himself on the roof of the black tower. The sky above is filled with strange colors and swirling clouds. Lyra stands beside him and tells him that the final test is not over yet. She points to the edge of the roof where the shadowy figure waits. The figure holds a second glowing stone and says that Ryan must now face a challenge of sacrifice. The shadowy figure places two stones on the edge of the tower. One glows white and the other black. The white stone represents Ryan's own happiness, his dreams, his chance to be with Lyra. The black stone represents the safety and future of his world. The figure tells Ryan that he can only save one. Ryan looks at Lyra and sees tears in her eyes. She tells him that she will support whatever choice he makes, but reminds him of the people counting on him. Ryan feels torn between his own heart and the lives of everyone else. He walks to the edge and picks up the black stone. The sky brightens and a soft wind blows through the city. Lyra hugs him and whispers that she is proud of his courage. The shadowy figure vanishes and the white stone turns to dust. Ryan feels pain in his chest, but also relief. A blinding light surrounds Ryan, and he is lifted off the tower into the sky. He sees flashes of the city below, the people waking from their dream state, the sun shining brighter than before. He floats higher and sees the world from above. Millions of tiny lights shine all across the earth. Each one is a choice, a dream, a life. The light fades and Ryan finds himself in the round room with the glowing symbols once more. The alien face appears on the wall and congratulates him. You have passed the final test. You have shown the true heart of humanity. You have won the game and saved your world. Lyra appears at his side and tells him that though they must part, she will never forget him. Ryan thanks her for her guidance and strength. He feels sadness but also hope. The room dissolves into a field of stars, and Ryan stands alone under a new dawn. He looks at the sky and smiles, knowing he made the right choice. He is a winner, not just for himself, but for everyone. A gentle golden light spills across the world as Ryan stands in the middle of a silent city. He feels the warmth of a new day on his face and hears the quiet rhythm of distant footsteps. The sky is clear and blue, but Ryan knows that everything has changed beneath its surface. People begin to wake from their strange dream state, blinking and stretching as if they have been asleep for years. Ryan feels his own heart beating slow and steady as he looks around and sees Adam walking down the street. Adam's eyes meet Ryan's, and for a moment, they both remember pieces of the dream Adam says he saw. Ryan standing high on a dark tower, and Ryan nods, knowing there is no simple way to explain what has happened. The memory of Lyra lingers in Ryan's thoughts like the soft echo of a song. He feels her presence with him as he moves through the city streets. The glowing stone is gone, but a faint warmth remains in his pocket, and he knows the connection they shared will always be part of him. The world seems sharper now, with colors brighter and sounds clearer than before. Ryan notices people talking to each other in new ways. They help strangers and share smiles as if they sense something important has happened. Even the city itself seems to breathe with fresh hope. The smallest things feel special to Ryan now. Every leaf in the wind, every voice in the crowd, every laugh and every tear carries a story. Ryan returns home and finds a letter waiting for him on his table. The handwriting is unfamiliar, but the message is simple and kind. Thank you for choosing hope. Thank you for showing courage. The universe is bigger and kinder because of you. The letter is unsigned, but Ryan knows it is from Lyra and the Watchers from other worlds. Later that day, Ryan visits the park where he first saw the girl with the paper plane. She is there again, playing in the grass. Her laughter rises into the air and fills him with peace. Ryan sits on a bench and watches families walk by, friends talk, and children play as if nothing strange has happened. Ryan knows the truth is hidden in plain sight, and he wonders how many people feel the new energy in the world. A gentle wind blows through the park, and Ryan closes his eyes for a moment. In the darkness behind his eyelids, he sees distant stars swirling in the universe. He remembers the faces of the other players, the alien judges, the masked figures, and most of all, Lyra's bright eyes. He feels the weight of his choices and the joy of victory, but also a quiet longing for what might have been. Ryan stands up and starts walking again. He finds Adam waiting for him near the edge of the city. Adam asks if everything is really over, and Ryan says that sometimes endings are just beginnings. Adam laughs and says he feels different, now braver and lighter than before. Ryan smiles and tells him that is the gift of hope. As night falls, the city glows with gentle lights. The streets are busy again, but Ryan sees new patterns in the way people move and talk. There is kindness in every gesture and a sense of unity that was missing before. He feels proud knowing he was part of something greater than himself. Back in his apartment, Ryan looks out the window at the stars above. He wonders if Lyra can see him now, or if she is already far away in another galaxy. He speaks softly into the night sky. I will never forget you. Thank you for believing in me. A shooting star crosses the sky, and Ryan knows it is a sign that she hears him. Days pass, and Ryan returns to his ordinary routines, but nothing feels ordinary anymore. He notices every detail in the world and tries to help wherever he can. He smiles at strangers and helps a lost child find her mother. He listens when someone needs to talk and never forgets the power of small choices. Sometimes when Ryan sits alone in the quiet, He hears a faint melody that reminds him of the garden with silver trees and blue flowers. He feels the courage and hope that guided him through the hardest parts of the game. He carries them inside his heart like a secret gift. News begins to spread around the city about strange dreams and mysterious changes. People tell stories about feeling watched or guided by invisible hands. Some remember faces they have never seen before. Others find courage to make bold decisions or forgive old enemies. Ryan hears these stories and knows the truth behind them. One evening, receives a new envelope on his doorstep. The card inside is blank except for a single line written in the corner. The next adventure is waiting for those who seek it. Ryan smiles and feels the old excitement and curiosity return. He knows there are still mysteries in the universe, still challenges to face, and still hope to share. Ryan puts on his jacket and steps outside. The city is quiet, but alive with promise. He takes a deep breath and starts walking toward whatever comes next, ready for new puzzles and new choices. He feels the light of Lyra and the Watchers guiding him. In the distance, a faint voice whispers in the wind, reminding him that the greatest games are not about winning or losing, but about who you become along the way. Ryan walks forward into the new dawn, carrying hope with every step.